Alright, let's unbox another cool e-bike. This time I have the OneSport OT08 Pro. It promises a lot, seems to be a great e-bike. So let's stop talking and get this thing together. I see a nice wood here, a nice piece of wood, probably the accessory box.
First, we'll set the front wheel aside for now and begin by removing all the protective foam from the bike. Inside the accessory box, you'll find the bell and a few extra components, a pair of aluminum pedals, an optional half-throttle, the toolkit, 2 battery chargers, the front axle, a compact hand air pump, the user manual, a smartphone mount, and the headlight. Let's move on to the handlebar installation. Start by opening up the stem. Just remove the 4 bolts holding it in place. Untwist the cables so they are not tangled. Then position the handlebar correctly on the stem and tighten those bolts back up. Looks like I'm missing 2 bolts here, unfortunately. Before we go any further, take a moment to remove the rear battery. This is important because we're about to flip the bike upside down, and we don't want to risk damaging anything. With the bike flipped, remove the temporary axle from the front fork and don't forget to pull out the plastic spacer from the brake caliper. Next, let's get the front wheel ready. Insert the front axle through the wheel. Slide the wheel into the fork and place the washer with the locking pin. Slide in the second washer, then the bolt. Tighten everything up using a 16mm wrench on both sides. Now spin the front wheel and check for any rubbing or noise. If you hear anything, the front brake caliper likely needs adjustment. Just loosen the 2 screws holding it in place, reposition it until the wheel spins freely, then tighten those screws back up. And don't forget to pop on the nut covers for a clean finish. Let's flip the bike back upright. If you're installing the optional wooden deck on the rear rack, now's the time. Align it in place, then secure it with the 4 screws using a screwdriver and an 8mm wrench. Go ahead and slide the rear battery back into its slot. It should click into place securely. Now onto the saddle. Open the quick release clamp, slide the seat post into the frame, adjust the height as needed and close the clamp. If it feels loose, just tighten the knob slightly before locking it in. Next, we'll install the fenders. Starting with the rear fender arms, use the hex key to remove the screws from both sides. Line up the arms, then reinsert and tighten the screws to secure them. For the front fender, remove the top screw and the 2 lower screws on the fork. Slide the fender into position and loosely insert the top screw first. Then attach both fender arms to the fork using your hex key. Once everything is lined up properly, use a 5mm hex key and a 10mm wrench to tighten the top screw securely. Now it's pedal time. Check the markings. L is for the left side. Screw it in by hand counterclockwise. Then tighten it with a 15mm wrench. Do the same for the right side, but this time screw it in clockwise. Almost done. To install the bell, just place it wherever you prefer on the handlebar and tighten it using a 3mm hex key. If you want to use the optional half-throttle, remove the rubber cable cover, align the arrow markings on the connectors, plug them in and replace the grips. Lastly, inflate the tires and give the system a quick test. And that's it! Your brand new OneSport OT08 Pro is fully assembled and ready to ride.